Hi.
Hi.
Oh, save some of that for me.
I'm sorry?
I want some of that. Save some for me.
It's right there.
Okay, I'm gonna have some later.
I met that guy.
You met what guy?
You know, the guy that they have the place down the way.
I don't know. Have you talked about this guy before?
Yeah, well, I bumped into him last year, you know. The meat guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you said that. You said I met this guy.
Yep.
So is he like the guy you met at the Met? At the Metropolitan?
No, he's not a Met. He's a meat. He's a meat.
Yeah, you said you met him. You keep saying I meet this guy.
Yeah, well, I didn't meet this guy. I didn't meet him, but I met him. So he's a meat guy, but I met him, and I didn't go see him at the Met. I didn't see him this or anything.
People? I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I met him. I finally met him, so I know where he's got his meat shop down the way.
He's got a meat shop?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
He doesn't have a Met shop.
Why didn't you just say that?
He doesn't have a Met shop. He has a meat shop.
I thought you met him at the Metropolitan.
No.
Well, you could have. It could have been someone you meet at the Metropolitan that sells meat. How am I supposed to know this stuff, Frank?
So, this one is gonna be another play on words. So I met this guy. He was walking his dog down the street, and Rocky was outside, and he was loose. He wasn't on a leash or anything like that. He was walking down, and he had a little dog. And then they came to the end of our driveway. And I said, hi, you know, wave, you know, hi, whatever. And Rocky takes off after the dog. And I said, no, you know, and the dog is a little like this. And I said, really, you know, Rocky loves dogs, he loves people, so he comes right up to the dog, and, you know, they look at each other and start to play around. And the guy's like in amazement. He's like, my dog doesn't like other dogs. He's never done this before. So he actually walked down the street, and Rocky kind of followed him up the street. Rocky laid down, and the other dog laid down. He's actually taking pictures and stuff. And then, he walked back. You know, I guess he was worried about Rocky, because Rocky followed him back. And he goes, here's your dog back. And he goes, I'm amazed. I actually took pictures of him sitting there. I had to send it to my wife because she would have never believed the story, but they were laying down together. So it was funny. But his family has a butcher shop down like 10 minutes from here. And I usually go to the butcher shop over here, but I said, hey, you're my neighbor. I don't know that guy, but I know you. And I bumped into him last week, and he kept saying, I'm going to drop my card off for the butcher shop. And I said, okay. And I had just gotten my business cards the day before, and this may be a little too long, but I forgot to give it to him because I hadn't gotten into the habit of, oh, here's my card. You know? So I saw him, it was last night, it was last night. And I said, all right, let's cut to the chase. Here's my card. I said, when you get back, you don't have to be there today or whatever, but text me text me the address and the name of the butcher. He goes, no, you know where it is? I'm like, I know where it is, but that's a big area down there. I don't want to get lost. So this is going to be a play on meat and meat. And it's going to be, because it's going to be Met. So you're going to mispronounce meat as Met. So we're going to play meat and meat with Met and Met.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, what are you saying, Met? He's a butcher. It's a meat guy. He's not a Met guy. Okay? So that's going to be the joke. That's the only way I can make this thing make sense.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
Okay.